I mean, you are not taking the product further and to build it. Just if you keep it back into the rack, it has been deducted from the bill. So it's a kind of a video I supposed to share with you, but still my network connection with connecting with the laptop, it was not good. And you can watch that through YouTube link also. So why the creative thinking is important recent days? Because of these three things: globalization, economic volatility, and technological changes. Previously we had before LPG, see competitors only in our country. So now you could see that for a small shop or for a particular bar soap, you could see that the competition all over the world. So if you want to add value to your customer, if you want to create a good rapport or a kind of a goodwill with your customer, you have to do creative thinking. Unless and otherwise, will not be sustaining into the market for a long time. So that's a important thing. We should understand why creative thinking is important. And while talking about the creative thinking, I shared the PPT with your ma'am, like Dr. Rajeshwari ma'am. She'll share with you after some time. Just look into that. And I'm unable to share this PPT through mobile phone. So there are 6 areas important in this creative thinking. First and foremost is analysis. So normally the researcher used to say this as a diverse thinking or diverse information. Divergent information, whereas you could get a lot of inputs about the business and competitors and all over the market. So you can get all the information and you can analyze. You could see that data analytics is booming up, and you can get all the data. Even recent, if you visit any shop, even medical shop, they used to ask you tell your mobile number. What is the reason behind that? So they used to there are data analytics behind this. They can come to know that what preference you got, what buying pattern, what kind of product you are normally used to buy. So if you go and buy for for your elders who is there in your home, you buy some diabetics related product, and you can get some pop-up message in your mobile phone, where is the diabetic center near to the diabetic hospital near to your place. So all of the things are so one is analysis, and even you could see this. And second important thing is open-mindedness. You could see Google. You can say take for example Microsoft. So they call open-mindedness in the sense like full of freedom, and where in which employees, I mean members of the organization, come forward, can give a lot of inputs about idea generation. Like they can give input to develop the product further and to reach the customer very easily. So that's the second thing. And as far as creative thinking concerned, and third important thing is problem solving. And is it possible to solve the problem by means of creative thinking? And it is it is a creative thinking is a linear programming, problem solving, getting insights little difficult. And that's the reason the next level of creative thinking is comes under a non-linear thinking. It's a kind of design thinking. So that's basically I'm going to touch upon the design. What is design thinking basically? And the fourth under creativity, creative thinking, fourth one is organizing. How you are organizing the idea. How you are organized the idea. The organized idea is how far it is having a viability to reach the customer and the prospective people. And fifth one is communication. How you are communicating, and finally follow. So these are the parameters in which creative thinking works. And possibly first and foremost thing is you should if you want to apply some creative thinking, and you have to bring some creative thinking into your business. One first and foremost thing is about our research. Previously we were doing one FDP, creative visualization technique. So that was one of the important aspect under the creative thing. If you want to go for that, just you have to go for the trance state of mind, and you have to visualize what you want to get. So by the way, that is a route for creative thinking. But we can speak like theoretically out of box thinking, creative thinking, and other things. But it comes through only practice. Okay. And even when we're talking about this creative thinking, there are the three important things like brainstorming is there. Techniques under the creative thinking. Brainstorming, normally it is a very old technique which has been used by the organizations, collecting the ideas from all the level, from the top level, middle level, even the bottom level. And then second, importantly, like lateral thinking. I hope you could have known about lateral thinking. See what we are, for example, lateral thinking, if I wanted to say, like your business faced a certain loss during COVID. So like you wanted to improve your sales of the business. So normally you can do the promotion, social media marketing, and television media, print media marketing, all other things. But still, these are the medium which has been used by other competitors also normally. But you can go for a mail marketing, okay, email marketing also you can do. And even that's how, see, lateral thinking is basically it is a very old method. Like there are new methods are there, but many of the competitors using the new method where they are not using the previous one. So you can use that lateral thinking, lateral creative thinking, and you can connect with the customers. So that is also one of the technique under the creative thinking. And let me come to the design thinking part. So that is a pioneering, and in recent days you could see that people started talking about design thinking more often, because it is a problem, not only problem driven, but also solution driven. So in design thinking, there are 6 areas to be addressed. The first one is empathize. So empathizing, see, it means that many organizational consultant, even we represented from Universal Business School to the Stelmac, one of the leading spare parts organization, spare parts manufacturing organization in Mumbai. We were into the company, and there was a human. See, normally there is a problem in an organization. There are 2 aspects. One is system problem, and second is people problem. So we were into that, and they were asking us to implement the design thinking parameters, and they were asking to sort out some solutions. So what we did, like first one is empathizing. Actually, what was a problem faced by the particular company? So we empathized, and we drafted the problem. See, just if this problem facing with the clients or customer, and we have to think in their shoes, and what problem really happening, and take the problem, and then you have to ideate that. That is the second step in this design thinking. Ideation is also it will take much time. Like what is the difference between creative thinking and design thinking? Creative thinking will give you one solution, whereas one alternative, whereas design thinking will give more number of alternative. So this is how for a particular problem there are many solutions, many alternatives. That is the unique value proposition from the design thinking. So one problem, many alternatives. So normally normally we used to say that this is not correct. So somebody given an idea for our business, or any business, so we used to say that this is not correct. Actually, there is no correct and incorrect ideas basically. So whether we are exploring that particular idea, once after exploring that idea only, we can come to know that whether it is a good idea or bad idea. So how, without exploring that idea, how shall we come to know? So like even sometimes incorrect. When you are saying that irrelevance or something, from that ideas we can create some creativity, and we can connect with our customers and client. We can add a value to them. So the first and foremost thing, empathizing. So in the design thinking process, like there are 6 elements, 6 stages are there. The first and foremost thing is empathize, and second thing is ideate, and third thing is like prototype and implement, and finally test. So empathize, even one of the leading industry spare parts, what is it? The automobile spare parts manufacturing company in Mumbai. We were into the company, and they were asking to give us some human resource problems. See, normally in an organization there are 2 problems. One is system problem, then second is people problem. We were there into the people problem, and we were empathized. What was a problem basically? So we were defined the problem, and based on the problem we brought some alternatives. See here, what is the difference between creative thinking and design thinking? Creative thinking will give you one solution, whereas design thinking will give more number of alternatives. So alternative 1, alternative 2, 3. So by using all those alternatives, see, of course, the cost, involved in this, but still, cost effectively you have to do that. So alternative ideation 1, in this ideation stage, second stage. So idea 1, alternative 2, alternative 3, alternative 4. So how you are experimenting this alternative, and based on this experimentation, so you have to create a prototype model. Prototype model is very important thing, that how far it is workable. See, it's a kind of a feasible. So prototype is a kind of a model which can be implemented. So just you have to model it, prototype model. That's the third thing. And once after creating the prototype model, prototype model in the sense it is an enable model. It is an enable model. So you have to create a prototype model. It's an enable model. Once after enabling, enable model you define based on the ideation, what you have generated, alternatives, and what you have defined in the empathize stage, first stage, and based on that you have prototype, and you have to test into the market. You have to see what we did. We tested with the employees. Especially there was a problem with some ego class between the middle level managers and lower level managers, especially in this supervisor cadre. And what we did, like we found this is an issue. Some role clarity was not proper, and even while taking new employees, there was an induction program was not up to the mark. See, we found these things, and based on that, see, some prototype training model we designed. So prototype training model, and we experimented with few lower level employees and few middle level employees. We given a training, and that was a product for that was our product. We given training, and before training, what was the behavior of the employees who were attending the training, and after training, what was the changes happened, and some periodic after some time. So periodically we reviewed them, and we designed this model. Okay, this is a good training product. We can give it to them so that we can change the behavior of members in the organization. So in this design thinking, in recent days, there are many courses being offered by various institutions. Even you can take like right from IBM, or even IMA also, they are offering design thinking programs. And many institutions are coming with the design thinking program, but still this is a process basically. Even if you want to become a consultant in future, like since it has been conducted by entrepreneurial development cell, basically this design thinking helps you to pitch into a new business startups. So empathizing, ideation, prototype, testing, and after testing, just materializing. After testing, just implementing a product. See, these are the process normally involves in the design thinking. It will take much time, and we can normally these design thinking workshop we used to do with the experimentation. Lot of experiential learning. So since we were doing through online more, just I could able to give you a glimpse. What is this design thinking and creative thinking? What is the difference between this, and why we need to? If you are not do any creative thinking in your business, creative thinking in the sense creative problem solving. So again, creative thinking is a general phenomenon, my dear learners and participants. Creative thinking is a general phenomenon where in which what value addition you could able to do. Could you able to do analysis, analytics by using very different data? Could you bring some based on the data analysis, can you define the problem? This is the problem basically facing by the organization, or for that problem. So could you able to create or generate more number of alternative solution? For that alternative, could you able to do a prototype to those alternative? So after prototype, could you able to test it in the market, and after testing, could you able to implement? So there are many processes involved in this design thinking. So where in which you can it will take to the innovation.